Hey everybody, this is your chance to learn about Guatemala this summer. We're going to Guatemala June 8th through June 16th this summer for our 2019 mission trip. So Guatemala is a chance for high schoolers and above to travel to Guatemala to work with Highland Support Project. We will be going to Xela, Guatemala, where we'll be working with Mayan families in the villages around. So we will be going into different villages outside of Xela, working in the Mayan communities. We have a couple pictures that show what we've done in Guatemala before. So this is outside of one of the villages that we've worked in before. We'll be going into these villages, and then inside of the homes of these villages, we've been invited to come in and build these stoves. This is a fairly close to complete stove. We'll go in, we'll build relationships within the Mayan communities. This is an entire house. It's one room, it's the entire house, and this is about half the house you're seeing here. We go in, we build these stoves, and what that does is it enables a family to be able to not have an open fire in their home. So you can see the top, how it's all dark. That's from all the soot coming from the fire. We go in, we work with families, we build these stoves, and we have a vent that goes through the top so they no longer have open stoves. What this does is it empowers and gives opportunity for the families to not have to dedicate all their time in the home, specifically the women of the household. The women will work with Highland Support Project, who we'll be working with. Another name for Highland Support Project is AMA. They'll get a chance to go work with them, and they'll create a women's circle, which basically becomes a village council. So we're being a part of a process that's enabling them to have a council that then we've seen them in our time working with them create schools, create infrastructure, plumbing, build new community centers. One of those community centers will actually stay. So, where do we go on this trip? We go to Xela. We're focused outside of Xela. Xela is the nickname for Gualstastadego, which is very hard to say. So everyone calls it Xela. So we'll be in Xela. We're staying on the outside of Xela. We're just outside of town. And what we do is we drive from there every single day on a chicken bus. So this is a chicken bus. This is the Super Nina. This is the chicken bus we took on our last couple trips. We will take this bus out into the villages, sometimes about an hour away, to work in the villages. We stay outside of Xela for a couple of days. We have two different places that we've stayed in the past, and we're still working on putting this together. We've stayed at El Refugio, which is outside of town, and then we've stayed at a Catholic Covenant inside of town during the past couple trips. So we're still putting that together, but these are kind of the accommodations. They have beds. You won't need to bring a sleeping bag as much as just to come, and you'll have a bed with sheets. You have hot showers, you have toilets, you have all the things that you need. Our accommodations are actually really, really nice, and they feed us there. And so that's how we know that we have safe food. So after we stay in Xela, we'll actually go into the village for a couple nights, and we stay in the village. Now, earlier I told you they've built these community centers. We go and stay inside one of those community centers, and it, again, has beds, bedding, hot water, toilets, even a sauna at one of them, which is a whole fun thing at the El Baño. A fun thing to discover and learn. So, after we're in Xela for a few days, and then we've stayed in the village, after that we head to Pana Achel. We will get to go continue to discover. This is towards the end of the trip. We'll be building stoves, working with kids during the majority of the trip, but at the very end of the trip, we go into Pana Achel. Pana Achel has a coffee farm that we go to. It is in between, this is like a Titalon, and it has 3 different volcanoes around it. It is an awesome place to explore that we get to go to and explore together as a group. And then after Pana Achel, we go to Antigua. This is our last place we go before we leave. It's the night before we leave. We go into Antigua. Another fun picture is we take fun pictures throughout Antigua because it's gorgeous. But it's an opportunity for us to, again, learn about the Guatemalan culture, learn about the Mayan culture, learn about the Spanish history. And this is what this trip is about. You know, often people ask, like, is this a fun trip? And yes, it is a trip that you'll probably have the most fun that you've ever had. But honestly, this is a trip about working with people, about building relationships. It is definitely a fun trip, but it's a trip that we go to work really hard to build the stoves. We also do some reforestation in the area. We work with kids. We go in and we connect with the community. We show up open and ready to connect and be led by them for the things that they ask us to do. We don't go in to teach. We're going to learn. and as we build those relationships, that's what this trip is all about. We do get to check out really great places like Antigua and Panajachel and parts of Sheila over there. But this is a trip about exploring connection and being connected and seeing Jesus out in the world beyond our typical walls of this church, building relationships so that we can share that love that we learn there with everyone in our lives. So, for Guatemala, the main things is that you need to sign up. Registration is available now on our website and through our emails. You can sign up for the trip. We will have 3 meetings leading up to the trip. One in early May, one in late May, and one in June, right before we leave for the trip. And we will also have a service where the church will send us off on the trip. So we do lots of things to prepare you for the trip. We will talk about the culture and becoming accustomed to the culture and ready to be a part of the Guatemalan and Mayan culture. We'll talk about the work we'll be doing. We'll practice building stoves together. We'll get to know what the engineering's like and all the things that are important for us to know before we get there. And then we'll have our last meeting. We'll be getting together all the details. Packing, even though you'll have a packing list way before that, what are the things that you definitely need to know? How are we gonna maybe combine bags to make it easier to pack stuff? We will work as a team. This is an opportunity for you to be a part of a big group that becomes very connected at the end of these trips. We always celebrate together, we work hard together, and we become very connected, and these meetings will be the beginning of that. Guatemala is definitely a place that is near and dear to my heart. I'm excited about your opportunity to join us on this trip. If you have any questions, please email me at dchambers@tumc.church. Look forward to talking to you about it soon. Have a wonderful day.